right, we're getting right back into it here. Understandable. The team's trying to keep things moving here. So, here we are, game number 2 now. We got WOP Dash versus Druids. Of course, game number 2, we got WOP Dash up 1-0 after a 70-plus minute game time match there. Ultimately take a little bit over an hour and a half even. So, quite the trek there for a first game. Ultimately came down to the final push there from WOP Dash that got the Megas and got the victory. So, WOP Dash trying to definitely pull off a little bit of an upset here over at Druids, but Druids going to do their best to, well, not let that happen, of course. I'm joined by Near once again as my co-caster here. So, here we are in the following draft now, jumping into it, catching up on the bans there. I see Hellbringer and Gladiator. I did not get in at the very beginning, so...
Yeah, I didn't get the start either.
I want to say Midas? I think Midas was one of them. Midas and Tundra, that's what it would have been. Okay. So those are the bands.
Yeah. Also, Monarch picked up again here quite early. So it's interesting to see. Monarch plus Carry is a pretty big combo. You can bait a lot of stuff out, and especially with this kind of meta that we're seeing a lot of Sandwave, Dark Lady, or Mage Bane, and then yeah. A couple stuns to set it up. Getting a lot of this late game oriented strategies. Yeah, in the works here. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is our 4th game today, and yeah, seeing Monarch all 4 games, that really is interesting. And again, in this case, we have both teams now are going to end up running it here. So Monarch really is just kind of a new go-to support hero for several teams at least.
We've also been experimenting with it, and I like to play it as well. It's just we used to make a strat where we had either, back when Moira was a bit better, where you had Moira or Andrew, and then I was sitting behind Imba and kind of baiting stuff out as well. And every time I could save him, and we could make a turn. And the Monarch also fits that category of a hero that has potential to do that, that save you support or turn it or bait stuff out, if you're quick enough, of course, and in range. So it fits those kind of heroes. But I'm surprised that we don't see the other heroes I mentioned, like a Moira, like an Andro. Of course, they are more offensive as well. Sets up kills early on, and whereas Monarch is more about the map control and the defensive abilities.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely that very heavy defensive support here, but clearly becoming a... it really reminds me a lot of Andromeda, honestly. I feel like Andromeda kind of started appearing once again, and she really became a top-tier support. That similar mindset of being a very defensive, really, with that swap, of course, so... Yep. Kind of that good saving hero here. So we did see Lodestone now into an Aluna, actually. Druid's going to run the Aluna support themselves, get that global presence to go with Sandwraith, perhaps. The power throw.
Yeah. It's also the Magnus Aluna lane, if they choose to could do a dual mid and have the Sandwraith solo or do something like a 2-2-1. So... yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And this time it's actually WOP who hasn't drafted that point stun yet, and they are down to one last pick here.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on I guess Monarch kind of, but
yeah, but you can still kind of disjoint that. It's flying in the air. It's not that direct stun as a Meraxes or Magnus that no one can really disjoint if they blink onto you.
Yeah.
You have time to react against the Monarch, against the Lodestone, and they actually pick up Hag. That's actually interesting. I feel like Hag is more of these huge teamfight heroes where you draft a lineup where you want to fight early and start pushing, and then she can definitely carry, but she benefits off of these team fights where she comes in and cleans people up with the Bad Blast, with the Scream, and the mobility of catching people off in the fight who are maybe out of position or you can go for. And having her with Mage Bane is kind of a little bit awkward because both heroes wants to farm a lot. So
yeah.
I'm not sure I agree too much with it. I would like to have seen a points down or initiator.
Well, yeah, that's what's really throwing me off the most is exactly, like, if anything, usually maybe seen in the short lane, but with that really kind of aggressive lineup that maybe has, like, a jungle carry that they're working with or an off-lane carry potential hero, but, yeah, seeing it as a middle Hag here, which is, again, what I believe it's going to end up being, that's pretty unique, honestly. Now, I will say... Druids actually banned Wretched Hag the first game in their second tier of ban, so clearly there's maybe something there with WOP Dash, I guess, playing it in one of these players. We'll see who it ends up on. But
it's just a comfort hero,
yeah.
and someone plays it really well. Like, it could be, of course, and saying, okay, give me hack this game if you can, and I'll perform. So it could be the case, of course. Full of fun. Also here we don't see it too often, but there's usually if there's a parasite or something like an Ophelia, it's kind of that niche pick as a little bit of a counter to it.
Okay. Yeah, I did see Tassi. He is the one playing it, and even looking at his stats there and for TMM and stuff, I mean, yeah, he's played it a lot, actually. So one of his top played for sure. So, yeah, I guess it is just that comfort thing as we're talking about. So, yeah, a little different than what we're used to seeing. But, hey, we've seen these kind of flavor heroes work for plenty of people, you know, from players to players. So, like your Defiler.
Oh, that's true. That's true, yeah. But also, that hero kind of serves a purpose of you can also push with it and
yeah,
solo as well, and has huge team fight presence with the silence, crowd control, and that stance. Mag is more of that DPS hero. You already have a mage bane, so it is a little bit awkward, especially. But I guess if you think the game is going for 70 minutes, then okay, farm a sheep, farm a rest of stone, farm all those things, and then you have that plus a mage bane. But you have to get there first, and if you want to go for that against the war beast who can split push a Sandwraith as well, you can always be in a fight. It's a little bit risky, but yeah, I think a lot of split push is gonna happen this game.
Yeah, potential's definitely there. Seeing the Cthulhu font here for Druids again. Yeah, going against Parasite. Okay, wow, I just had a complete mind lapse there. I was about to say, wait, really? They picked Cthulhu font, but they do have a Parasite on the other side. So yeah, that makes a lot more sense as to why they would. So yeah, MJ95 here, going to be playing the Parasite for WOP Dash. Who do you think they are going to run? I guess Pexu's playing the War Beast. He tends to play that jungler, but are they going to have Cthulhu font jungle, you think, though? Yeah, it probably would make more sense and then have the War Beast Suicide, right? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, off-lane Cthulhu font is not too bad. And with the W, I still remember that from the DreamHack finals. I'm never gonna forget that, where they laned that off-lane Cthulhu font. And the rule for it kind of is, if you're against a melee hero, it works because then you can kind of sit there. But if you're against something like a ranged Clanks, whatever, ranged hero, Corrupt Disciple, then you're not gonna get anything, and the hero is not gonna work out for you. But if it's against a dual lane with one melee carry and kind of weak support, like a Monarch, like a Moira, something like that, then you can definitely perform well in the offlane with Cthulhu font.
Well, he's chilling down here for now, the classic no item build. I think something's being delivered to him, though. Yeah, he has spent his gold, so clearly he has something coming. Yes, what is it going to be? Okay, pretty much everything there. All right, so I was wondering if it's going to be like boots early, but something like that, but no. But again, what is Warbeast doing in the middle right now? I guess some of the Hellhounds getting in position down here.
He might be able to pull, or at least delay the creep wave a bit here. Parasite is going to do what he can, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough.
Well, gonna attempt at least to do that pull. Gets the one here, and actually getting a decent pull out of it. Get pulled back there. Not too shabby. And yeah, he is going to head to his own jungle. So it is going to be that off-lane Cthulhu font. As you're getting out there. Like a Mage Bane tanking the creep wave all the way to the tower. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart move, I guess. But he is going to use some regen, and I'm already using a blink here. So he doesn't have the Q to harass with if Cthulhu steps out. And I think it's just... Even though you didn't get too much out of it, the lane is still where it is, then it's still going to mess up the Mage Bane here. And also two creep waves on top of each other. It's going to be harder to last hit. And Cthulhu can sit in this lane. I think he is going to do it quite well.
Keep an eye on that here. Maximilian again, the one playing it. You see Monarch poking over now. Going to start applying that harassment. Cthulhu font doesn't have a level or any talent points just yet. Skill points used, so... waiting to see what the circumstance calls for, perhaps. Wretched Hag versus Magmus middle lane, though. Again, this is not something really expect to see on the competitive scene, at least. But Wretched Hag here, played by Tassi. Applying a lot of pressure early on, as really you would expect. And then a Hag versus melee matchup, especially.
Yep. I've played the matchup both ways here. It's kind of you can harass the Magnus with the Haunt, but if the Magnus is quick enough as well and skills the Steam Path, you can disjoint it, so it doesn't have any effects. But again, it is a ranged versus melee matchup, so definitely in favor of Hack. But at the same time, Magnus can do decently against it. It's not like you get completely dominated.
Yeah.
But, definitely favor to Hack for
That-
the advantage.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know, especially when we saw Hag a lot. I know, a big thing is kind of talking about there is in a melee matchup with as a Wretched Hag, getting that Haunt, even leveling up that Haunt, very good. But in this case, going up against a Magnus, as you pointed out, he can destroy it with the Steam Bath. It looks like the Sonar Scream probably is just going to be your better route here. As
He might keep it level 1 and just have it like that. It's interesting skill 2 E, 2 levels in E. I think he wanted to maybe go for kill there, surprise him having 2 levels in
a
the
little
screen.
more burst.
Yeah.
Well, has that flash of darkness now, or simpler way to say it is blink. So we'll see that come into play perhaps. The early laning phase. But yeah, Lodestone versus Sandwraith is what we end up with here at the top lane. I guess, well, Luna kind of is up here too. Currently doing the creep pull.
Yeah. I think the most important thing about this lane, why Sandwraith is doing so well in Lodestone as foil lasters, is that hatchet factor. So, and hurts Lodestone. Of course, he is getting the levels, and I guess that's what they want. If he was having hatchet himself, I think he could have done a bit better. But it's one of those cases that you're in the offlane. It's not, your job to get farm. It's your job to get the experience. So.
He's going to take a little bit of pressure right here from Aluna coming in the flank. Again, does have that battle cry that they're also working with, so a little more damage that she has, but still not enough to feel like she could just stand up to Lodestone by any means. You have to be careful with that, of course. So just kind of poking in there, keeping him busy. He is level 4, though, for the time being, so as long as he still has some regen on him, still overall in a pretty good spot here.
That's one of the worst things to be a support trying to harass a Lodestone. It's just like, okay, I might as well just not do this. Go pull or something.
Yeah, those plates.
Yeah, especially now that he's level 4 and you're level 2 on a Luna, you almost don't touch him. So
yeah.
I mean, a couple head smashes and you die. He has to be careful on a Luna. Of course, he is keeping you off the creeps, so I guess he's doing his job.
Keeping him busy. Sandwraith is just having that free farm here. Again, being played by Ula here for Druids. Down 1-0. Druids trying to force a third game here.
Perhaps I like to make the rotation bottom, but Fulham managed to trample away in time, so nothing gonna come from that. But he did pick up boots, so I mean, if he could send himself up Striders and then go to Fountain and come back, it's not out of question. He did ferry himself some mana pots, so I guess he's gonna find some time to use that and be fine. So actually, a bit interesting that both offlaners are kind of doing all right here. I mean, it's interesting game.
Yeah, the jungle situation, too, is fun to look at. And right now, slight lead for Parasite. Hasn't really been doing too much on the ganking side of things, but it's been farming away in the jungle. Meanwhile, middle lane, though, Sandwraith porting in, actually. Wretched Hag, she might be dead. She is. It ports in as Magnus did most of the work initially. That double damage rune he had, and then Sandwraith ported in to clean it up. So good execution there. And Bloodlust kill as a result.
Yeah. Nice job. I think Tazi forgot about that Sandwraith factor. I'm not sure if it just hit 6, how it happened, but nice play from Magnus there, setting that up, and good coordination. But that hurts the Hag there, because now Magnus is just back in there. I mean, Hag had double the CS of the Magnus, so.
Oh, putting some good pressure here. Now, it's going to be fine, of course, but yeah, Wretched Hag, I think there's even more pressure on, in this case, Tassi playing again. Whenever you go this kind of flavor hero, that's not everyday seen, especially in a role that we're not used to seeing him in. There's more of this middle role here. You kind of, for their sake, you hope it does well. But now after the start here, again, getting Bloodlusted. Now, granted, again, the creep farm was doing pretty good, but getting Bloodlusted, that will slow it down at least. So, not saying that's already filled by any means, but again, the pressure's definitely on, I think, for Hag here to perform. Not only just as an individual, but for the team. They definitely would like Wretched Hag, of course, to do well here. Kind of get that snowballish start of sorts. Wonder, too, what, as actually Luna. No, she's fine. Wonder, too, speaking of sticking with Wretched Hag, is what kind of build we should expect to see on her. And it gets the early regen here, of course. But, oh, they're going middle lane, by the way. And yeah, that's an easy kill.
Well played.
Invis Parasite, too.
Yeah. Did he have W? No, he was just didn't react in time there. But nice rotation there from Monarch too. I mean, every time you throw that from the fog, it's usually always gonna work because your opponent can't hear it or see it or react to it in time. So nice rotations and a good collapse onto the Magnus. That brings Hack right back up there. Above 300 now and slowing down the Magnus, so he's now again below 200.
Now this bottom lane, this has been interesting. Maximilian actually did a pretty good job of boxing up Magebane there initially, however, just came up shy about denying the tower, so credit for the Legion team. Now top lane, however, as I'm saying that, they do kill Lodestone up here, and another kill for Sandray, so good job at the bottom lane push, but Sandray, he's getting up there. 455 gold per minute now on Mr. Ula.
Not sure how that happened, but I guess, yeah, maybe some kind of stun from Luna bouncing over or something, so well played from them at least getting that kill. Now Lodestone is level 6, so Sandray has to be careful every time he's not showing.
Oh. Yeah, if he's able to combo him near now, I think that would be a kill, right? So, yeah, he does have to be careful with that.
It's almost at a point where he could just use the ulti, chase after him, and then, you know, what's he gonna do?
Yeah. So Ula gonna have to, you know, be on top of that. Aluna kind of nearby, but actually Lodestone not even gonna try to make a play there. Instead, he's gonna go for the top rune area, haste rune, but it's gonna be picked up by Magnus first, and head back to his middle.
Pick up a Veiled Rod, so maybe he's gonna sneak into the woods here and ulti there because there's a lane void and yeah, we'll see. He has it on him, so no sneaky plays here.
Yeah, if he tries to go for it here, then he's gonna be seen doing this. So
yeah,
it goes over here. Maybe.
Could use it in TP somewhere. I mean, lots of options.
Okay. Yeah, he buys a TP there. Maybe that is the plan in the end. Bottom lane, by the way, they're trying to dive Cthulhu Font. By dive, I guess more so just chase him. And yep, it is going to be that kill. Wolf time taunt coming out. Magebane securing it. So that's, again, Cthulhu Font, he's not the great. I know he has an escape technically. Oh, they kill Cookies, by the way, top lane. Looks like he did try to go for the kill, actually, but it comes up short.
Yeah, but yes, well played there. I think Aluna was there in range, or maybe just a power throw. Did not catch it again, but that's huge for Hellborn here. 2 kills for Sandray, and he did not die in the process. So well played.
Yeah, so he's up there again now, 455 gold per minute, but kind of the classic case of one hero's doing very well on one team, and then on the other side, it's got 3 heroes doing pretty well overall. Of course, Magebane 390, got Parasites actually really stepped up a bit. 2,500 gold on Parasite, by the way. So probably assume saving up for the puzzle box right here. And then there's Wretched Hag, who again, despite that getting killed for the Bloodlust, a little unfortunate, but overall 350 gold per minute. So not too shabby here.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of doing pretty well, all of them. Lodestone doesn't really need more than the blink.
I also get Warby. Samray, though, and there's a nice power snipe there. Power throw snipe from Aluna, that is. Parasite also picked off, hanging around in the area. You see Wretched Hag and Lodestone. Not going to be able to do much, though. That haste on Magma is clearly helping with all that.
Yep. Well, that is the sort of the high on Sandray, though. So this is going to be really early, and that's going to hurt a lot. When you get it this early, I mean, of course they still have the chance to kill him a couple times. He still needs 1,300 gold, but this is a bit scary.
Yeah, so as good as things must be feeling overall for this Legion side, exactly. This is, at the same time, pretty scary because you're going to have a Mocker Brilliance next 2-3 minutes maybe here at the most. I mean, Magebane is getting close to that Rune Cleaver. I think he still needs 2 broadswords, but still almost has the first one right here, and we'll have that. But again, I want to go back to Wretched Hag. She's the one that's interesting for me, not only just being a hero that we, but she can build so many different ways, I feel like. She's going a lot of build up here. I mean, freaking just got a power supply now on top of a blood chalice and bottle. So it has a lot of early stats, but what's going to be your first core item, do you think here? Like a tablet style, or will it be more the Hellflower? What?
Could be. Zelda's not too bad this game, especially because there's so many release chasing after her as well. But Hellflower is probably the best way to go.
Yeah. Oh, maybe chasing. Yeah, I was going to say Bat Blast right here. Blink in, Sonar Scream. Doesn't have the mana for it. Oh, yeah, it does go for it. The dodge should get the kill, I think, on a Luna. It's not going to be enough, actually. Never mind. And now Wretched Hag is in trouble. She's all of a sudden realizing this was a bad decision. She will be able to blink, though, and get away. Oof. Well, Luna somehow lives there. Has Steam Boots, though, so that helps.
Yeah, she's been using the pull effectively, and having those extra kills on Lodestone has definitely helped her. And yeah, she's level 7 too. Also a good job by Monarch being level 6 right now. Sometimes when a team is behind and that's not that much action. I guess she has 3 assists out of a few kills, but then you can fall up behind on a defensive support like that, or bottom.
Yeah, a little interesting action down here. A lot of TPs coming. That's going to be a big Shatterstorm, though. Hits multiple heroes. Down goes Cthulhu Fawn. Magma's barely alive. But several heroes on the Legion side also the same story. Now, Magnus does go down in the end. Warbeast, he could not chase long enough. And he has to turn around right there. Magebane plenty alive after all of that. And getting very close now to that Rune Cleaver. You saw Sandwraith. Yeah, he wasn't too interested in getting really committed in that fight. He poured it in initially. I think he might have got hit by the Shatterstorm. He just ran. So now he does have the Mock of Brilliance, but they used a lot to try to stop this down here. I think this could be a free tower push, maybe. Maybe not actually. A little too early for tier 2, but still not too shabby of a fight there for WOP Dash as Rune Cleaver just about done now in Magebane.
Yeah,
as well.
So that's a huge fight for them and good momentum boost, especially when you almost can pick your cleave up like this. And yeah, he's 1-0-2 now, 400 GPM. That's gonna skyrocket here. Also, we haven't talked much about Warbeast. He's been trying to, he pushed the top tower, which is fine, but I think they're at a point where he should start going bottom and start pushing that slowly. I know he can't really push it out, or up, but he can still. Magebane can't kill him or anything, so just applying pressure there would open up the map for the rest of the heroes to gank in other lanes or other places and push there, instead of him just sitting in the jungle, which he has been doing now. Yeah. And then have Cthulhu go to the jungle and find his portal key. He actually bought a Beast Heart, which, yeah, I would like to see the portal key, because Helm is not gonna help him in this game. It's gonna go long, and the absorption from the Helm versus Magebane hits for 300, it's not enough, so I think it's a waste. But, yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like an early snowballish style item, like group up team fight kind of item, yeah. I see what you're saying there, so, but yeah, getting the Beast Heart, I mean, basically committed to that. Really not much else he's going to be going for at this point, so we'll see how that comes into
the reason
play.
they picked him is also so that you can jump in and eat the puzzle box, so he kind of needs the blink to be able to do that. I guess he can still trample over there or just walk up and try and eat it, but it allows Parasite more room in the fights, and if he can just not go close to Elo, to the Cthulhu, then he has room to attack other heroes.
Whoa, Parasite going pretty deep right here. That's a risky play. Out comes the Cleansing Winds, and there's the Cthulhu Fawn eating Parasite out of the creep. Now, nice Bat Blast slows several heroes, doing some decent damage as well, so Overwatch needs to be careful not to chase too much. If they overcommit right here, big Shatterstorm lining up. That's going to be a dead Cthulhu Fawn for sure. Warbeast does escape, however. That's what I was worried about for their side, that he too would be caught, but at least he gets away. But yeah, they went a little too tunnel vision there and chased a little too far. So nice turn by WOP Dash.
Definitely. Well, it's done redeeming himself here from the early start and doing some work. So it's good to see. But, yeah, a lot of back and forth here. There's no one really pulling far ahead so far. Of course, Hellborn has to be scared of that Magebane with the 101-3. It has the Rune Cleaver. They can see that now. So yeah, they have to fear for that for sure.
Yeah, I know both carries, again, they really got their farming tools at a very similar time. The Rune Cleaver for Magebane, of course, the Mock for Sandwraith. But then you look at that next tier, and it definitely the Parasite, so powerful as far as his item progression. Already the level 2 puzzle box, level 3 just around the corner. And I know they have kind of that natural anti-Parasite hero in Cthulhu Fawn, but, being, as you pointed out, I mean, being in that position's not the easiest, especially without a portal key. It just happened to be right there. I mean, when he gets dove on, sure, but that's not going to be always happening amongst these fights. And it's a great ganking tool. They're going to find Sandwraith, by the way, if they secure this kill. That will be huge. Parasite, can he get close enough? He can't. Barely. Oh, they can't get the kill. Wretched Hag went very deep trying to make this happen, but Warby's going to chase her down. However, she blinks away and survives. Never mind. Nice power throw from STST to secure the kill on Atasi there. That was an interesting exchange at the top lane. Ultimately results in Hag dying.
Yeah, Parasite was so close to securing that kill, but couldn't make it, as you said. And yeah, that was a big difference there. I think if they were a little bit more patient, then Parasite could have maybe caught up. But wasn't meant to be, and a good turn from Hellpoint. Everyone responded and TP'd there.
Yeah, so that puzzle box of Parasite, and unfortunately couldn't come into play right there. Nice disjoint by Magnus, by the way, middle lane, just run to the face hug. However, is it going to matter? Yes, it will, because the Shadow Storm can't stay close enough. Double tap, actually, for Ula. What else did he... Wait, who else died? It was... oh, Monarch was in there, too. Okay. Didn't even realize that.
Yeah, huge place. I mean, nice discharge with the Steam Bath setting all of that up. But it also comes back to, which I've also said last game, the point stun missing allows for stuff like that to happen.
Yep.
And they capitalize off of it, of course. Well played, but it's also a little bit in the draft. It's hard to get those kills, and comes with risks.
Couple interesting things here. Pexu picks up a Alacrity Band. So, Alchemist Bones? Yeah, he actually gets it to follow. So now they have a couple of ways here.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so he has no chance on Parasite this game, it seems. But yeah, I like it. It's alright. It's also gonna boost his farm. Usually on War Beast, you always stock on 300-400. Never really rising above, so maybe that's gonna help too. Boosting with 16 GPM there, so yeah, it's a pretty good item. Parasite does have puzzle free now, but he has been limited in the fights, of course, trying to dodge the Cthulhu and not really able to just run after them with no fear. So yeah, definitely countering him well.
Yeah, getting that level 3 puzzle box. It's still, again, it's talking about earlier. It has potential to be still pretty good in the end, but clearly they are making sure to limit his power level here even. So Cthulhu Font being that natural counter again, and then now the Alchemist Bones on top of that. So middle lane, is that Hag? It sure is. She got caught there by Magnus. The Eruption Channel on top of everything else secures that kill. So Wretched Hag goes down, and Sam Wraith continues his top farm in the game currently. But Magebane quietly almost kind of doing this thing here at the bottom lane, trying to go for the tower kill right here, and he secures it and then blinks away. So 520 gold per minute. Magnus, meanwhile, he gets found by a couple of heroes, being Parasite. One of them gets that kill. Monarch did fall in return, and now Lowstone maybe a little too far up. Does have a Shadow Storm activated. Not going to go in for it, though. Ooh, Parasite wants to go in still. Going for a Luna right here. Doesn't have his face hug, but gonna insist on chasing. Has that backup coming. That's why they caught Sandwraith, actually. They do secure the kill into a Luna. Sandwraith will be able to make his way out of there. So, decent start for Druids in that fight, but not a bad end for WOP Dash.
Oh, that's pretty good. Sandwraith actually picked up the Nullfire Blade as well, so he can also use that on the puzzles if he wants to, and of course on the Chrysalis. So it's gonna allow him to kill Monarch right off the bat if he wants to. But yeah, interesting. This is kind of old school, but it makes sense in this game.
We're kind of seeing the Jereziah effect with Monarch. It's like the idea that, yeah, you get that Chrysalis is just so annoying and so powerful. Get a Nullfire Blade and prioritize it. So maybe that's something else we could expect to see the more we see Monarch and moving forward here. But it's understandable why they would want it.
The Warriors finally made his way down to the bottom lane. I think he should have done it earlier, but he's here now, and I mean, it just opens up the map for the entire Hellpoint side. They have the potential to outfarm Legion with the War Beast factor here. So it's good to see that he has done it.
Nice top tower kill there, and Magebane has overtaken the Sandwraith. 546 gold per minute. Look at this Magnus, by the way, sitting on the uphill. Not going to get him, though. Goes towards mid, and Lodestone happens to be here as well. They're channeling it, though. They want to make a play. He stuns on a Wretched Hag. Luna here with the power throw, and it secures it. Good job doing the math right there, figuring they had enough damage, and they sure did. But we're not done just yet. Parasite and trying to make or get some revenge even. Magebane blinking him pretty far right there. Magnus actually going to be the one that takes the brunt of that damage coming out. Loso going in with a Shadow Storm. Actually, it does go off on one here on Cthulhu Font. Magnus avoided it. The Mana Rift's coming out as well, though, and down goes Cthulhu Font. So Lodestone and Monarch dead from this, but now Luna also going to fall. And so it will be a 2-for-2 coming out here. I gotta say, it feels like Magebane's being very useful as this carry here for the team in these fights, especially. 2-0-5 now.
Yeah. They don't really have a way to deal with him. I mean, they have to initiate with the mag. Oh, more action.
Parasite, he's insisting on chasing. He really wants to kill a Sand Wraith, but yeah, that's going to be a little too deep. And they're going pretty deep as a team here, so having to fall back now. Oh, Parasite, that's unfortunate. Can't hide in that creep right there. He goes for the kill and he gets it, though, so worth it, he says. And now Warbeast does have to run away, so well played there by MJ95, actually, on Parasite.
Yeah. It's a good turn. I mean, if Magnus had the vision on off the Parasite, he could have stunned him, and the Parasite would have been dead. So a clutch place there, using the fog of war there to his advantage. Yeah, both teams are overextending a little bit too much. It feels like it's kind of the name of the game in this series at least. Yeah, I think Hellbourne comes out on top.
Yeah,
I mean Legion. Sorry.
Not learning their lesson from the first game. But both these teams just like the idea of being a little ambitious here, going pretty deep for some of these kills. But you got Magebane here, now has the Ice Brand, so actually going to be going the Frostburn style. Not, you know, that's not too like crazy by any means, but I feel like we usually get maybe like a Shrunken Head or even the Geometer's Bane here and something like that. But going to be going the Frostburn instead to split that up eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I'm a big fan of the Geometer's Bane on a hero like Magebane. I mean, because the illusions get the mana drain too, and of course of the survivability and confusion it can provide as well as a little bit of split push. But I think you have to get that. I honestly think it's better to get that than buy the full Frostburn, but that's my opinion. He chooses to go for it here, and yeah, eventually I guess he will split it up.
Yeah, you know, another thing about in the earlier series we had a Complexity versus BMG, and we kind of had the same question there as Formless planning for Complexity, and led us to, does he get the Shrunken Head in that game? And he ended up not getting a with the Geometer's Bane, he went to Frostal Skull, he ended up even going Behemoth's Heart. He basically said, you're not going to be able to kill me build. Do you think Shrunken's necessary this game if you're Magebane, or is it not really? Oh, middle lane, by the way.
Not.
We got a big jump right here. Lowstorm going with a Shadow Storm, going to go off on a Warbeast, dropping a half-life. Will survive the initial onslaught, though. Gets away. Magnus in the background. He gets picked off, though. But Lowstorm goes down, as does, never mind, that was an illusion right there. Magebane, he's still doing plenty. However, Parasite does fall over here. Sand Wraith, good job of chasing. Nice disjoint from Aluna. It looked pretty. It's not going to result in surviving. Almost resulted in turn kill. The Hellhound. Oh, the Chrysalis. The timing there of Imba Gosig coming out to survive.
Well played, though. Nice attempt.
That was.
I like to see that. But yeah, she was saying. Wait, what did
okay. Yeah, what was it?
Yeah,
Shrunken on Magebane. That's right.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it's that good because, I mean, Sandrift is only going to hit him, and the Warby is going to do the same. They're not going to use any abilities. So, yeah, it's good against the Magma stun, the Illumina stun, the Kel'Thuzan stun. But I think if they use them anyways, then, I mean, then you probably can't use your Shrunken Head in between. So, Shrunken Head this game might be something you could honestly not buy right away.
Well, Magebane gonna get more farm towards whatever item he wants here. As he finds Cthulhu Font. Cthulhu Font thought he could TP out, basically hoping that he didn't have his ultimate. And it turned out he did, so good job by Magebane. But now Magebane, nice red stun from STST. Do they have the damage? They don't, do they? Oh, now they do. Warbeast blink. No, he couldn't get it off. Great job by Druids there. And that is the first kill on him, by the way. That's a streak stopper, his first death of the game now, so that's got to feel good at least.
Yep.
Your Druids.
Sure. Also a nice kill, especially because he's close to another huge item, so stopping him there, and yeah, well played, nice job, or nicely done. And Warbeast actually picked up the Brutalizer. I like it. I think his job is just going to be a start, but just sit on the Magebane and hit him if he can, and it's definitely going to keep him in place. Oh, Warbeast tough.
I was going to say, man, they know he's up here, but look at Sand Wraith is going to scare them off, or trying to at least, and yeah, accomplishes that, so Well played by Sandwraith right there, making them think like, oh, no, nothing's up here. I'm just kind of messing with you guys. So it's like they were just about to find him, too. So the timing couldn't have been any more perfect.
Yep.
But, yeah, good job there, and Warbeast does remain alive.
Actually, going back to the hack, I said Hellflight would be a good item. He actually chooses to go for the entire sheepstick as his first item. So now he has that to work with. And, I think it's fine. Hack is one of those heroes that... And a sheepstick, if you have the farm for it, buying it right away is actually a quite decent item. So not that sheepstick's ever bad, but rushing it is sometimes not the best idea because of how expensive it is. But Hag is definitely one of the heroes. It's very viable on top.
Cthulhu Font found here. Should be enough damage. Again, he's tanky, but not tanky enough in that case. He saw Warbeast thought about maybe trying to help. Not much he could have done, though, so decides to TP away. Not risk dying himself, but good job by Wopdash, continuing to be pretty active here as far as moving around as a team. You pretty much got the gang squad. It's the 4-1 strat in a sense. I mean, I know Wretched Hag isn't the typical hero that you get for this idea, but she's kind of playing it with her teammates here and definitely has that capability. Level 16 now especially, having that level 3 Bat Blast. Warbeast, he's in trouble. There's the sheep you mentioned, and Eruption being channeled, by the way. It is going to be a pretty decent one here. Is it enough? Follow-up, though. Nice cleansing wins. There's the redstone from Aluna, but Magma is trying to run escape out of this. He's not going to be able to do so. He goes down. Good idea, but again, just didn't have the follow-up to go with it.
Yeah. 5 heroes missing on the map at this point, so he has to be careful. Of course, they don't really have any vision at the moment. So, yeah, it's definitely hard to see a gang like that coming, but it's definitely risky to be farming there alone this point of the game. So a good collapse on that, and that's going to be a token for Mage Bane here.
Man, so going back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier on in this game about this pick of Wretched Hag, again, kind of a comfort pick for Tassi apparently. Somewhat of a pressure on him. It's kind of worked. He's made it work now, definitely. The Sheepstick, of course, is going to be great here. Another 3,000 gold saved up. She actually gets the token, in fact, as well. Interesting choice. I think Mage Bane just got a Behemoth's Heart, though, so maybe that's why.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they used a lot to kill him top, and also with the Void Beast hitting as well in the end, so just going for this route, and then, I mean, the good thing about not having Geometer's Bane and going for this tanky build is that you can blink in, and then the plus 12 magic armor you get from blinking in the AoE still sticks to you. So when you use your Geometer's Bane, you don't dispel that, so you're actually really, really tanky against magic spells. And, so in that regard, a build like this is actually quite good. Works well.
Wait, so the Geometer's Bane split, it doesn't actually dispel his personal buff that he gets from Flash?
No, the Geometer dispels it for sure. Like after you usually you blink in and then you use it, and then you lose the extra magic armor you get because it dispels buffs and debuffs. So.
Gotcha.
But if you don't have Geometer's Bane, that doesn't happen. So.
So that's what you're saying. Okay, that's what I was. That's what. Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yep. I'm just saying this build makes sense.
Okay.
That's why he's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he's so tanky over it. It's 2,900 life even at this point, especially. That's the important thing to keep in mind. We're 30 minutes into this game, and to see a hero of an agility focus here, for that matter, at 2,900 life, that's a lot. To have that on a tank would even be pretty impressive. But no, he's got it on him. You got Wretched Hag now, a shrunken head actually just purchased and being delivered to her. So her definitely a little bit different story than Mage Bane, you could argue. Wants to get that in here for herself. I actually think you could argue that, again, not a hero we see often nowadays and stuff, but Restoration Stone seems like it would have been pretty good for her here, especially getting that sheep first.
For sure. Now that she also has a shrunken, I think Restore should probably be the next item on Hack. Just more CC and 2 ultimates. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that.
Oh, Wopdash trying to secure a sweep here. 2-0 sweep over Druids. After a really long, pretty epic game number 1 there. 70-plus minutes. And definitely would be, again, an upset. It's at least according to the seedings here. Number 6 seed in Wopdash, number 3 in Druids. Trying to move on and play fresh what will be tomorrow. Later match. So, decent spot to do so right now. But the hopes for Druids is definitely in a couple places. Of course, Sandwraith starting with him. I do find it interesting now this series, especially how well I guess no, he did go Rest of Stone last game, but it feels like today in general we've seen Sandwraith kind of build a little more combat style these right click items.
I think it's to try and contest and battle the hard carry Dark Lady, hard carry Mage Bane we've been seeing. I think last game he kind of just melted against the with the staff resto build against the Dark Lady, but I don't think that's really an item. Even when he had the wingbow, he just melted. So in that last game, there was really nothing he could really do. And Senna is not one of those heroes where you just auto attack the other enemy carry and expect to win. Like the hero dominates team fights. It deals massive AoE damage. That's the strength of the hero. Causes confusion, stops the blinks, and gives your team the chance to stun and pick off the targets you want. Of course, he deals damage with the auto attacks, but it's not the strength of the hero. So that's but they're trying to compensate for it for sure with the Nullfire, with the Firebrand, Geobane, and stuff like that. Wingbow.
And again, they got kind of that backup in War Beast, but Wretched Hag most certainly has that capability as well. Not an agility scaling carry, of course, by any means, but really takes advantage of that mobility, especially that she has. Of what is it? It's like a 6 second cooldown. Yeah, the flash of darkness there.
Yep, it's pretty good.
Wait, what is flash? It's 6 seconds as well. So yeah, those are the same cooldowns. Interesting. I actually knew that. Comparing them.
Yeah, double blink strategy here.
Yeah, both very mobile carries.
Yeah, for sure. It's not a lot of heroes can dodge them. Like Bubbles, Magnus, probably the best one.
Oh no, Warbeast literally walks into Magebane here. Now, Sandwraith, is he actually going to go in right here? Magnus ports in. Again, this is a Magebane with that Behemoth's Heart. You saw Lowstone coming as well. He ends up dying, actually. Came in with a Shatterstorm. Magebane blinked away, however. Warbeast was able to survive that. But now here's the backup for the Legion sidekick. Sandwraith, yep, the Mana Rift will stop it. Now Sandwraith in trouble. He hasn't died yet this game. Will this be the first? Parasite following. Is he going to go in? There's a Leech. There's a face hug. Shrunken Egg goes off. Wretched Hag can't finish him because of that. Wants this kill on a Magnus, actually. They're really kind of split up right here, honestly, as far as who they're going for. Can Magebane actually chase down the Sandwraith? Oh, looks like it. Tablet, he got tableted the wrong way. Was that by his teammate? I think the idea was there, but he turned around at the last second. I don't know if it would have really mattered in the end, but still looked funny. But anyways, he goes down for the first time. And now they're even pushing into the base here. But again, we've had this in this series so far. They overextend sometimes. Nice stun there by Cthulhu Fawn. The buybacks are real. Parasite goes down. Magebane, yeah, he has to blink away. Nice job with the Obliterate there. Actually gets a hat trick on Pexu playing the Warbeast, and they're probably going to kill Magebane. That's going to be a cleanup here. Other than Wretched Hag, who barely got away with any life.
It did cost 3 buybacks, so I think they're okay with it, but still, overextension is again. So you got to watch out for it every time and be more composed and in control of like the objectives and what you want to do. So yeah, good response though from Druids. Nice buybacks. They responded really fast, and pays off. And now they're starting to push here. Only Magebane has a buyback. They might try and force it. It's a huge buyback to force already at this point. Hack used one already. And, I'm not sure when Lodestone used his first buyback, but I don't think it's definitely not now. So.
Yeah, he's going to be resurrecting with Monarch right here, but yeah, are they enough to really keep this from going? And the question is, do they give up the racks or do they buy back Magebane here pretty much? Yeah, Shatterstorm initiation. Gonna catch Warbeast right here, looks like. Oh, not enough for the kill. Yes, it is. Wretched Hag will help finish that off. Magebane did buy back, by the way. Sandwraith, the Mana Rift will stop him, and he might die a second time here because of that. No, he ports away. Well played by Sandwraith. Now he's not out of the woods just yet, literally. He's gonna hide in here. Ula turns off the Mock of Brilliance. Can they actually find him? You gotta figure he's somewhere in this area, but they're not. Oh! Did you see him?
I'm not sure that gives a shit.
I don't think it did, and he literally went right through him. Oh, man. Oh, what an escape here from Ula.
Yeah. He gets the TBO 30-second cooldown, though. It's not too good, because he has to be back in base and defending here real soon. They want to force a buyback on Warbeast, so he got to get out now.
That's true, yeah. He doesn't have his ultimate, of course. That's how he got there in the first place. Yeah, he's 15 more seconds. So, but
He's gonna
again,
wait for that. Yeah.
WOP Dash, let's not overextend here. Overstay your welcome. You got Magnus going in pretty quickly. Oh, they're gonna go on him though in return, and that's an easy kill. Even Luna also caught, by the way, and yeah, she will fall. So not really overextending, and actually working out pretty well. Magnus, he couldn't actually portal key something, deactivated it. I don't know if that might have been the Master of the Mantra actually that deactivated it, but the racks are gonna fall, and they will get out. So, in the long run, WOP Dash has the last laugh there.
Yep, and yeah, well played from them. And yeah, Sandwave was low, and they didn't have the buybacks necessary to turn that. Actually, it was kind of an overextension, but yeah, works out anyways because of the no buybacks.
And it looked like for a little bit there, WOP Dash actually, again, the overextension, and more so good play also by Druids, but as you pointed out, they did require those buybacks, and sure enough, WOP Dash does hold. And even despite a great escape from Sandwraith, still did not work out in the long run there for them at the top lane at least. So, losing the racks, and still a game where there's plenty left, I'm sure, as far as where it could take us. Yep. You got a good chunk of gold being saved up on multiple heroes now. A little better, though, for WOP Dash, I gotta say. As far as who's saving up what, 3,500 on Parasite, you got 3,500 on Hag, nearly 4,000 even on Magebane here. Being pulled up.
I think if they want to push you should maybe consider buying the Frostwolf Scholar or Jarmanus Bane, whatever he wants to here before they go in. They do fall back here, so it's just map control. They're farming their own jungle, forcing the bottom lane to be pushed, the mid to push in, and the top is going to push on its own. So they have the map control now, and they can farm the items they want before they push base. Parasite's really close to Demonic as well. So yeah, they're closing in on the next set of items they want.
Magebane will just continue to work through the jungle there. So we have seen these items now being picked up. Yeah, the Soul's Bulwark, there's a Geometer's Bane. The Veiled Rot's coming out. I don't know if this Word of Sight would have seen that. I don't know where they Veiled Rotted, but I wonder if they were actually seen maybe using it initially. But they are going through. But the way WOP Dash is falling back like they are leads me to believe maybe they saw something there. Oh, they're going to try to catch, but nice blink by Hag at the last second to survive. Now here comes a turn. Luna in the background. You see Magnus right here. Wretched Hag actually took a lot of damage. She blinks away, though. Got the Bat Blast off, secured the kill onto Magnus. Down goes Low, still in the Shadow Storm. Exposing him, of course. Mana Rift to secure the kill. No Luna in the background over here from Magebane. Right now a 2-for-1 in WOP Dash's favor. Oh, make it 2-for-2, actually. It was a buyback on a Lodestone here. They also killed Parasite, it looks like. Through the fun, yes, he will escape there. Before they can catch him.
Got dusted, but a little too late. Yeah, what was that? 2-for-1, actually? After
2-for-2, actually.
2-for-2, yeah, okay. Yeah, another buyback on Lodestone, actually.
Yep.
So, yeah. Yeah, he's out of buybacks now. That's also a huge deal. But, I mean, he has what he needs, I guess. So.
Okay, I was going to say, Magebane pushing with 6,000 gold, but he just bought something. What is being delivered?
May have been the wing bow.
Okay.
I didn't check it, but that's what I would buy, I think.
Okay.
Makes sense here. Yeah.
There we go. So, has that now. But again, if last game taught us anything, definitely not over yet. The buyback situation. Last game got to everyone being out of buybacks. So we'll see if that's we have another case here. I will say it's interesting how Congor has not even been attempted yet this game. As I say that, what am I talking about? It was. Never mind.
Yeah,
they got it. Yeah.
I mean, at least once. He might have died twice actually. I'm not. Can't really remember, but yeah. So.
Oh. Frostwolf Skull on Wretched Hag.
Okay. That's a decent item. It's okay. Slows down the Sandwave or the War. I mean, it's hard to slow down War Beast, but at least the attack speed a bit. And yeah, good for chasing as well. So now they have one of those, as well as the AoE effect and boost the stats as well and survivability. So I would say after this, the Resto has to be coming. So
yeah,
that's got to be her next item.
Oh, Lowstone missed this initiation right there, but they still get the Sheepstick off on a Warbeast. He's dropping quickly. Eruption in the background, though, in turn. And Warbeast is able to activate a shuriken as well as his ultimate for what a cleanup here for the Hellborn team. Magebane goes down. The big fight by them. Magnus Eruption was huge. Wretched Hag is also going to get picked off. And a genocide with nobody dying on the side of Druids. Are you kidding me?
Also, pretty amazing Luna stun. Just set it up 5 seconds on Magebane and then 4-3 on like the rest of the crew there. So huge cleanup, and they kind of all walked into it. And I think Magnus Eruption hit everything, and Warbeast and Sandrift just manned up and auto-attacked. So huge turn for them, and all started with that missed initiation.
Yeah, if Lodestone doesn't whiff that, then, you know, maybe different story. But man, that setup there from Druids. There's no buybacks. I mean, this is going to at least be middle.
Yeah.
Possibly more?
It would have been more if they didn't have the tier 2s. So, yeah, they can pick off a couple of those. It seems they're going to settle for the bottom one. But, yeah, it's also coming in there. A Luna stun, that was insane. That was huge.
Well, big stun it sounds like. You know, Congor, they're going to go right over to the Congor pit. Will they be able to kill it quick enough? Probably, yeah. Start beating away at it, and again, is this the third one's the question? At least going to be Token, of course. Whether or not we see Bananas here. I want to say it is the second one, but we'll find out here in a second what it actually is. Yeah, just the second one. Okay. So Token on Warbeast.
As per usual, I will complain about that when it's a Warbeast, because I mean the only time it's really good is if you die first and then respawn, and then you can use your ultimate. But if your ultimate is down and you're respawning, you're just gonna be kited. So I would like to see it in Sandrift. I don't think he has to have a TP on him, so he could have picked it up instead of that.
Well, Warbeast does get it, so we'll see what if that comes into play here. Seems like they've tried to prioritize him as a target here in these couple of fights, so maybe that's also kind of it too.
Yeah, it's true.
For Druids.
Yeah, he's actually also closing in on the demonic, so he's closing that as well. It's looking pretty good after that fight for them. 5k on Sandrift. That's a lot of gold. They need him to spend that before next fight. I think he's going for the wing bow. He has a lot of agility already, so it makes sense. Also against the 2 carries that don't buy any true strike. That's a good item. Gives survivability.
Yeah. Still, I don't know. I find the Frostless Skull still a little funky here from Wretched Hag. Just considering what else she could have gone, like we were talking about that Resto Stone especially, instead. But Frostless Skull to me, it seems like it's a little bit more of a, if she was kind of building up a bit of this right click, like if she had the Hellflower, you know, into this, and then even like the Savage Mace we used to see before too, can get to that point. But nonetheless, does have it here, and the use of it is nice too. Take advantage of, but
for sure.
Wingbow on Sandwraith, by the way.
Yeah.
Just spot that.
Yeah, as soon as he shows, they should pick up on that and know that he does not have a buyback as well. And Warbeast is probably also going to show that he bought a full demonic now. So, but I think they're feeling confident because they have the token. But Legion should know now that if they win a fight here and kill the Sandrift, kill the Warbeast, there probably no buybacks from them. Magnus could have one, the same with Elephant and the Luna.
Oh, they're going pretty deep right here. Magebane is blinking in very aggressively. Is that Half-Life currently? Is it going to die? No, he blinks for the last second, but barely. They lose Lodestone. They did kill Magnus in the background, so only a 1-for-1. But yeah, that was a pretty greedy blink right there from Magebane especially.
Yep.
Almost cost
also,
him.
the eruption from Magnus got cancelled there. Else I think Magebane would have died for sure. Late power throw coming out from a Luna, but yeah, him surviving the Magebane, that's huge for them.
Yeah. Stay alive there. You see Parasite, by the way, the full demonic now himself, to go with that that portal key is talking about there. So, oh, put to pause.
I assume he's gonna pick up an Abyssal soon as well, and then Magebane is gonna sell that Abyssal he has and buy something else. Can even go for Simple as well, just try and man up. It's always risky with Simple against the Brutalizer, because for the duration you might actually be bashed, so you can't use it to full effectiveness. As a result, you might die anyways.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty good against the best, especially something like a Sandwave.
Well, again, guys, got game number 2 here. 1-0 lead for WOP Dash, trying to secure the victory here. Move on to play fresh, but Druids trying to change that and force what would be a third game again coming up next. So, sitting here, another fairly longer game here. The hard carries that we have. Magebane, 2,800 gold saved up. At that point of the question, as you talk about, okay, yeah, you mentioned that with the Abyssal Skull. Getting rid of that. Making some room, so. Man, Lodestone, holy crap. I'm kind of looking at that now. That's all he has is Striders and a Portal Key, really.
Yeah. He's been dying a lot. It's results of that early on start, and he hasn't really been able to recover at any point. And every time he jumps in and ultis, he dies right after. So it's been a bit rough for him, for sure. But, yeah. The good thing about it is that it's still gonna be really effective. All you gotta do is hit that ultimate on the enemy carry, or plus a couple extra. So if you can do that anyways, then whatever items you have, your job is basically done. So no matter the score or items, he's still gonna be useful.
Yeah. Magebane farming out the bottom lane. Again, they got to be a little scared here, I'm sure, as far as pushing out lanes like that. But as we see, that's not a whole lot of danger here. They do have some fairly aggressive wards. Getting some information on who may be where, so perhaps feeling a little more confident. In fact, speaking of that Monarch, getting another one down here at the bottom lane.
It's the power of Monarch here. The only place that lacking vision is top, and Hellborn is pushing a lot, but she's taking advantage of Hellborn being top and just giving the vision elsewhere. So it's a good job, and this is kind of risky. Only 2 heroes are showing, but they don't know, of course, that Sandriff is not here. I guess he can always come in, but the Luna and Magnus is not here. So.
Lodestone waiting for him to maybe start channeling right here. You see Filter in the background from a Luna. They are going to go in a Warby somewhat. Sam Wraith now, he is porting in. They just melt Wretched Hag off the bat. She does not have a buyback, actually. Magebane popping the Shuriken Head, having to run, but he's dying quickly. He has to blink away. Yeah, losing Wretched Hag like that right off the bat, and that Magebane having to go back to the well. They're going to lose the top racks fairly easily in the end. And we are going to see a retreat now somewhat from Druid. So will they go bottom? Again, the secondary tower is still here. They still have the token even on Warbeast. Okay, it is going to wear off here, actually.
I mean, good counter initiation, but I think Monarch could have maybe reacted quicker. I didn't see that, what happened to Hack, but she never used her Stronger Net, and I feel like if Monarch ultis her, she can pop that right away. So I think there must have been some miscommunication, and Monarch wasn't there in time. Something must have gone wrong, at least. Because I think she should have been able to save the Hack there, so she got out. But that didn't happen. They get a set of racks as a result. So yeah, good job from Hellborn. And, they're gonna keep pushing. Hack is still dead for 20. Same with the Lodestone.
Yeah, gonna get the secondary tower down here and going further in. Yeah, Wretched Hag again. It's just the use, unfortunately. These last couple of fights, she's kind of been caught out there. In this case, obviously caught right off the bat. Not able to bat blast, let alone really do much. Been unfortunate. They're not going to go into the base. They see Hag is resurrecting. Not worth it at this time to really try to break through. They do have a lot of gold pulled up on a couple heroes. Cthulhu, 5,600 gold actually onto him. So he's going to get back here, maybe just buy like a sheepstick straight up here. Something of those sorts. But, yeah, there you go, in fact. But yeah, Druids definitely got to be feeling really confident now about this being their game to lose here. With a fight like that just happening too. Now again, they have lost one set of racks, and they are going up against a Magebane, and who is still looking very threatening here. Another 4,000 gold saved up on him. But WOP Dash definitely needs Wretched Hag also to be able to dish out some good damage in these fights. Is I think a big key of it. They're really trying to maybe get somebody up here, but.
Yeah, I mean, they have so much vision over here on this side, so it's unfortunate that Hellborn's not moving in this direction. Of course, they should suspect it as well. So they're playing cautiously, and it's working out so far. They haven't been caught in the right side of the map. Magnus is walking over, though.
Oh, there you go. As you say it. Sure enough, easy kill. Shatterstorm. It is going to go off, actually. Samurai did pour it in, by the way. Wretched Hag blinks away. They do lose Parasite, but Magebane is here. Hag coming back in. Sandwraith, he's being kited somewhat. Wretched Hag gets Sheepstick. She's having to get away from this Obliterate. You saw Magebane right there taking some good chunk of damage. Bat Blast was used. I think only on one hero, really, though. Monarch, she's probably going to fall right here. Just basically saying, all right, I'll go down, let my carries get away. But, well, they killed Magnus, but they lose 3 in return there.
Yeah, so good early pick, but yeah, nice response from Hellpoint. I didn't think they were close enough to actually make that happen, but they were. So yeah, it's starting to get out of hand here for Legion, which is weird since they have a Magebane, but he bought a Shrunken Head, which I think at this point is fine, but it's kind of like he doesn't have enough damage when he went Behemoth with Shrunken Head.
Yeah.
Burn, so it worked out earlier, but it's kind of like they missed the opportunity for this item build to be full effective or get what they wanted from it. So he's kind of lacking in damage now.
I definitely, that's very noticeable here. And, you know, maybe that mixed with the Hag, and again, her choice of the Shrunken, the Frosto Skull herself. So they aren't maximizing their what could be damage potential here on this Legion side, and perhaps a little bit of showing, but they lose the, yeah, that's it. That's Mega Creeps. The GT's being called. And that's game. We're going to a game number 3 here. It seemed like WOP Dash, I mean, they were in a spot to secure the series here and take it 2-0, but Druids, they fight back. They hold their ground. And they eventually get the victory to, again, force what will be a 3rd and final game now coming up. So, final thoughts, Near, once again on that game there.
Pretty good game. I mean, they actually made it work with the Hack and Magebane, and